Hi, I'm Paul Feig, director of Ghostbusters Answer the Call, and you are listening to Following the Nerd.
Hi, this is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano on Star Wars The Clone Wars, and I follow the nerd.
Come in, Ray.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening.
Morning to War Council of Galley Bay. This is the Doctor.
I am Iron.
Tell me. You hide.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, that intro though.
Oh, you like that?
That intro though.
I'll put that together myself.
Oh my. Wonderful stuff. This is, of course, the Following the Nerd show, and you're listening to us on Bounce FM live from Banbridge Town.
Lucky you.
Lucky you. Last week we came back. It was our first show back in 3 years.
Yep.
We came back with an interview with the one and only Mr. Paul Feig, the writer and director of Ghostbusters Answer the Call.
Yep, that's been getting some fun reactions online.
It has, and it's been getting a lot of positive reactions, actually. You know what? I think people are ready to make their peace with Ghostbusters, and I think he made a lot of fun points about how he couldn't do anything else with it. You know, that he tried to make his own entity, and I think he got that point across.
See, that's the one thing that I enjoyed hearing about it, was the fact that it gave me this new light to it. Yeah. That it is Ghostbusters, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's Ghostbusters through the lens of Paul Feig. And if you didn't like it, absolutely fine. It's just because that's his style of movie making.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like it's like if you or I went out and made a Ghostbusters movie, it wouldn't cater to anyone's tastes.
Yeah.
Because there is no comparison when it comes to the original, because there was nothing to compare the original to.
But when I don't know if you remember, whenever the movie was coming out, I wrote an open letter to Paul Feig on followthenerd.com. And I did say on it, you know, the problem, we don't care if it's a bad movie. Because you're bringing back Ghostbusters. We just cared because we didn't like the way the property was being treated, because it was a reboot and everything else. Yeah. We could have forgiven a bad movie. To be honest with you, I have forgiven him. I don't mind the movie. I've made my peace with it.
Yeah, it's a nice little sort of addition to the Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah, as you said, it's kind of a Paul Feig presents Ghostbusters.
It is indeed, yeah.
Which is very good. But anyway. So this week we have the legend, the one and only. I've been trying to get this interview for a long time, but we're going to be talking to Mr. John C McGinley.
Yes, we are. Dr. Cox from Scrubs.
Dr. Cox from Scrubs.
Also, almost to the point where it's kind of overtaken it now. Stand Against Evil.
Stand Against Evil. I've been talking to you about getting to watch the show, and you've sat down, you've binged it because of the interview. It was worth it, am I right?
Oh, I am in love with this show.
It's such a good show, isn't it?
I genuinely think the character that John plays in this is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Like, because he gets it, you know?
Yeah.
We're just so done.
Yeah.
Like, we can't be bothered with witches. We can't be bothered with, like, all this nonsense with trying to get the radio station and all this set up. We just want to sit and do nothing, and we can't even do that.
He's just bored with all these supernatural shenanigans. It's just oh my God.
He's so over it. Like, there's a bit in the interview where I say to him, like, one of my favourite bits in Stand Against Evil is when his daughter gets possessed.
Yeah.
And it immediately jump cuts from her knocking herself out or whatever happens to him just duct taping her to a chair as though it's like, oh God, I have to let the dog out now.
He's so unhappy about it.
Yeah,
because he just can't sit down.
It's not the fact that he's even angry about it, he's just so done.
He's just done.
It's brilliant.
Now, also in the studio this week, we've got Anthony Murney. Anthony, put your head in there. Are you there? Hello.
He's about here somewhere. Yeah.
Anthony's our producer tonight. YouTube viewers might know Anthony from Two Penny Milk.
8908, that's the one.
And he's also been doing a lot of the Robot Wars stuff with you guys as well.
He has, yeah. Wait, Anarchy. There he is.
We're just going to go through some of the news. Last week we did a catch-up show because we've been away for so long. We talked about a lot of the sort of the big stories, the stuff that we had missed over the last few years.
Yep.
And tonight we're going to just sort of basically get into the news. We're going to talk about what's happening in the nerd sphere as is. Mm-hmm. We had special shout out, by the way. My brother-in-law is all going well, maybe going to have an addition to the family tonight, which should be very exciting, so we're waiting to hear more on that. Now, so it's been another crazy week.
It has indeed,
in nerd news. Did you see this thing? Right, we talked a lot about Star Wars last week, and how the reaction to The Last Jedi and everything else has been mixed and blah blah blah. And then there was the announcement that there's going to be the new Star Wars series called Resistance, Star Wars Resistance, an animated series.
Yes, it's given me a very sort of Tron Uprising type of vibe with its animation style, but this is actually quite of note, because this is the first Star Wars kind of spin-off TV show to take place during the new sort of timeline of episode 7, 8 and 9.
It is indeed. Now, the thing about it was that during the week they announced that the show will have the character of General Leia.
General Leia Organa.
Leia Organa, and she's going to be voiced by an actress called Rachel Butera. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Now, but the thing about it was, I thought this was very interesting, that the series itself has been getting a very negative feedback on StarWars.com's YouTube channel.
Okay.
Because they have something like 8.1 million subscribers to their channel, and only 80,000 or something have watched the trailer, and it is sitting at something like 40,000 dislikes and 7,000 likes.
Oh, here we go.
So it's sort of, and on the back of that as well, I'm hearing that Rian Johnson's trilogy that he's planning may not happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. Now, what I'm hearing is, because Johnson gave an interview a few weeks ago about the new trilogy of movies that he's going to do, and when he was pressed for details on it, he said he didn't have any information on it because he didn't know what he was going to do with it. But apparently he just went to Kathleen Kennedy and said to her, look, I want to do a new Star Wars series with new characters, new universe, new story, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's all he had.
And so immediately at Lucasfilm, they're just giving out trilogies to whoever asks.
They're greened out a trilogy based on that.
Based on nothing.
Yeah. Now,
brilliant.
The word is that the high powers at Disney/Lucasfilm aren't impressed and that trilogy might not happen.
Yeah. But I think that also ties into the fact that, there's rumours out there that a lot of people at Disney aren't happy with Kathleen Kennedy's management of it.
Yeah.
And this is one of the key kind of factors that's going toward it, which is that she's just firing away with, oh, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. There doesn't seem to be a plan in place.
Yes.
There doesn't seem to be anything creative in place.
Yeah.
Because, it's sort of like putting the horse before the cart, isn't it? Where you're kind of like, okay, well, I want to do this, I want to do spin-offs, I want to do prequels, and I want to do this, and I want to do like a new trilogy and what have you. Right. What's the creative drive for that?
Exactly.
Why does this have to be done? Mm-hmm. What is the story you're trying to tell?
Yeah.
It's almost like trying to fit that into the context of what you have already greenlit, and it doesn't make any sense.
But now, adding to this even further, I'm also hearing, and this rumour, of course, was really persistent a few weeks back, that Kathleen Kennedy was going to be gone. They're going to get rid of her. Now, obviously, there's no evidence of that so far, but the rumour seems to be coming very much to the fore that Dave Filoni is going to be stepping into Kathleen Kennedy's feet.
Please.
Because he has taken a back seat on Star Wars Resistance, and of course he was the main driving force behind the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Mm-hmm. And he was expected to be the driving force behind Resistance, but apparently his participation in it isn't as prominent as would have been expected.
Yeah.
Which is leading a lot of people to suggest that maybe he is gearing up to take over the reins of bigger things.
I wonder if they've got the new series of Clone Wars in the bag yet.
I don't. Well, I know because James Arnold Taylor, who we had in the show whenever we were on a few years ago, he posted some images on Twitter of himself in the booth and stuff. So they're definitely working on them.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, are they going to get that out of the way first? Because Clone Wars, it's Filoni's baby.
Yeah. And still their finest. Outside of the movies, they're finest are. It's
a wonderful series, and everyone has so much love for it. Even when you saw them announce the trailer, Ashley Eckstein burst into tears. Yeah. So they have so much love for this franchise, and that's the one thing that makes me go, are they playing the sort of long game here? Are they going to go, right, okay, we'll let you finish off what you're doing with the Clone Wars, but after that, we need you to be head honcho now. You already have the hat. Yeah. It's time for you to take over the farm,
The only thing I will say is, as much as I like Star Wars Rebels, I did think towards the end it got a bit... didn't it?
Yeah, it kind of fell out of steam, didn't it?
Yeah, it was like...
it was nice to have it, and it was nice to have a cartoon series from the modern day take place between episodes 3 and 4.
Yeah.
But you run out of ideas very fast with that.
Yeah.
Whereas I appreciate things like the Clone Wars because there are vast gaps in the movie's universe where you can slot in all these different events and ideas. Mm-hmm. And it's even the case of universe building, which is a big thing that we like to talk about on this show, where you have things like Obi-Wan and Anakin standing in a lift in Episode 2 talking about falling into a nest of Gundarks.
Yes.
So you get the chance to see that whenever it comes to things like Clone Wars. Just for example, there's a million and one stories out there that can be told. But whereas when you have something that's so closed in as Star Wars Rebels, okay, what's it about? It's about a band of rebels working together to try and overthrow the Empire. Yeah, that was the original trilogy did that.
Yeah.
So it was natural for it to run out of steam. But then again, with Star Wars Resistance, you've got a chance to broaden that universe out a little bit more.
See, another thing that I had heard, and we didn't cover this in Following the Nerd, and I have to say, because it's just between life, the universe, and everything, I just didn't get the story written. But apparently the story for Rogue One was originally meant to take place in Rebels.
Oh, ho, ho.
That the Rogue One team was meant to be Ezra and all the gang from Rebels.
So hang on. I don't know. As a movie or as a TV show?
As part of, I don't know, presumably as a I have to be honest with you, I'm not fully clued in on this. I just read it briefly and I never got back to it. But my understanding was that the Rogue One story was meant to be how Rebels wrapped up.
That's so dark when you think about it, isn't it?
Yeah. That they were meant to be the team that went in to get the Death Star plans.
Yeah. And then,
which makes sense, actually, if you think about it, because that would have been something big to be building to.
Yeah, and they all end up dying anyway, so that's why we wouldn't see them in episodes 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Now, sticking with Star Wars, we know that Jon Favreau is, of course, making a live-action Star Wars TV series. You knew this?
I knew this.
You knew this. Which he's doing for the new Disney streaming service, which is coming up.
Yeah,
started early next year.
I'm gonna have to subscribe to at this point because it's got everything now, hasn't it? It's got Marvel, it's got Star Wars, and then Elizabeth. She's a nut job when it comes to Disney. So I take it they'll have all their classic Disney
well, that's the idea,
cartoons
that
and everything as well.
That's gone before.
So so that's another £20 out of my pocket every month now.
Well, if it ever decides to be aired over here, but apparently Jon Favreau. So. It has been announced that his series is going to have a budget of $10 million per episode, $100 million altogether. It's a 10-part series.
Uh-huh.
And a very strong rumour at the minute that seems to have some credence to it is that it's going to focus on the Mandalorians.
The Mandalorians?
Yeah.
No way!
Now, fans of the Clone Wars know, of course, that Favreau played Pre Vizsla, who was the leader of Death Watch, which was a team of Mandalorians in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So apparently the series is likely, it's about how Mandalore and the Mandalorians, for anybody that doesn't know, the Mandalorians are basically Boba Fett's people, the bounty hunters, the really cool characters. And
also Sabine and
Sabine,
and Rebels.
Yeah. And Satine from Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So it's going to be about them, and it's going to be about how their planet fell into ruin after the birth of the Empire, basically. Or the fall of the Empire, sorry, the fall of the Empire.
A Star Wars bounty hunter TV show.
Yeah, so that could be pretty cool.
No way.
If you think about it, given the revelations from Solo, it could tie into Solo, it could tie into the Clone Wars, you could have Satine in there, you could have Sabine, because the Rebels story was left open. Right, moving away from Star Wars then.
Alright, okay.
Right? What else have we got? I'm sure you've heard about Big Finish, their plans for the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, that's another multi-doctor crossover
6 doctors
story thing, yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited? No?
No, it's just like, wow, what a shocker. It's an anniversary event for Doctor Who. What are we going to do? Let's have multiple doctors in it. It's so original. It's only been done 6 times.
I know. But you know what? Like, come on. I think it's the fan thing, though, isn't it? I mean, the fans want that, don't they?
Yeah, it's something that has to be done, though, isn't it? Like, but you've got to do it, though. You've got to get multiple doctors together.
Hashtag balls to that.
Yeah. No, do you know what I want to see? Genuinely, what I want to see for like a big sort of Doctor Who anniversary event.
No.
I want to see all the versions of the Master getting together.
Right.
That's what I want to see.
Okay.
And you can do that with audiobooks.
You can.
So that's what I want to see.
Okay.
I want an entire story, like multiple characters of the Master told from the Master's perspective.
That would work. That would be cool.
So like you can have like all the different versions and incarnations of the Doctor, which we have in every
Get Big
single
Finish
one.
on the phone. Saxon's not happy.
Big Finish, come on.
Get
lads.
them on the phone.
I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to you.
Right, okay.
I'm Colin Baker and I am following the nerd. So you should follow it too.
Ernie Hudson, Winston Zeddemore from Ghostbusters, and I'm following the nerd.
Right, okay. You've had it with Doctor Who. That's it. No more Doctor Who.
Do you know what? In all fairness, I'll always love me some Doctor Who.
Okay.
But it's just gotten to the stage now where, the relationship's going on for a little while now. It's a little bit stale. You want something new.
Yeah.
Your Robot Wars walk by. It's like that
battery
meme.
Or something. Some clamps. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we visit a wee shop.
Right.